Hey there, I'm Heidi Swapp and I'm here at Scrapbook.com, and I want to show you some of my most favorite ways to kind of zhuzh up your scrapbook embellishments. This is like when you kind of start to really take the things that you've bought and take them to the next level using all the fun things like chalk inks and Minc foil and glue pens. So I'm going to show you and you are going to love it. We're going to start out right here on this scrapbook page layout that I made. This actually was our Christmas card this year, and so I wanted to also incorporate it onto a scrapbook page layout. And I love these butterflies. So these butterflies actually come from this paper that is in my Storyline collection. So why did I not make this into a stamp? That's the real question. But since I didn't, I went ahead and just cut out these butterflies. And then what I'm going to do is take this glue pen, and I'm just going to kind of color in certain areas. You can see that I've added leopard print foil on some of these dots, rainbow foil cut strategically so that kind of matches. If I'm being honest, I'll show you this. Look, see this rainbow foil? What I really only cared about was this red and orange and yellow area. I don't know if you can kind of see that. And so that's what I wanted to have showing on these little wings so that it really tied in to the photos on my layout. So let me show you how I did it. First thing I'm going to do is go ahead and cut out these butterflies. Now, you don't have to cut them super perfectly. Just kind of get around those edges, and I don't mind leaving like a little outside edge as well. Now, I'm setting aside the rest of that paper because it's got these really beautiful florals that you could use the same technique, just using kind of different foils. Okay, so this is the foils that I'm going to use. I'm going to use the leopard foil, the rainbow foil, and a little bit of rose gold foil as well. I just went to like this butterfly exhibit, and I loved how some of the spots on some of the butterflies were speckled. So I just knew that this was going to be perfect. Now, with any glue pen, you're just going to have to push it down a little bit to see. This one's already primed. If you get yours brand new, you might have to just pump it a little to get the glue flowing. But to start out with the leopard foil, I'm just going to kind of put it on those dots, on its body just a little bit. I added some of the same dots on this one as well. All right, now, those are my leopard foil prints. I'm actually going to be running these through the Minc, but you don't have to. Once the glue kind of gets tacky, you can still use the foil without running it through the Minc. So I just want to show you that first before we run it through. I find that we do get a little bit better results when I run it through the Minc. But let's give it another little minute to dry. Okay. I'm also on this larger butterfly. I'm going to color in some of these edges up here and on this side, and that's where I want to put the rose gold foil. Okay, then I wanted to make the center of this guy. That's where I'm putting my rainbow foil there. And then on this one, notice how it kind of has some dots. And so I actually used my glue and kind of went around the dots so that the foil wasn't solid up there, so that it still kind of seemed a little speckled. Just so that you can see this, these guys, if I press right down, even without using my Minc, then it will pick up the foil. You see how that little dot is missing? So that's kind of, if you don't have a Minc, you can still try this awesome technique. Okay, so I'm going to need a little bit more leopard foil here. I'm going to turn on my Minc, and probably a setting at number 3 will work the best. And as I mentioned, I really only want this red and yellow section because that's kind of what is looking, kind of matching my photos. So I'm kind of picking it apart. Now, I'm going to strategically place this foil so that I can run it actually all through at once. So I wanted green dots at the bottom. I'm kind of going to strategically place that green foil down there. And that one there. And then I wanted a little bit, the Minc's ready. The Minc is ready before I am. A little bit of my leopard foil there on those top dots. Okay, and now I'm actually going to layer the rainbow foil across the top. And just need a little bit of extra there. Okay, that one's ready to go. And for this one, I wanted just a little bit of a red body in the middle. So the top part of that body is going to be red. And then I wanted leopard for the bottom part of the body. And then leopard on these side dots. Okay, so now I'm going to stick this in my transfer folder. There we go. All right, we'll go ahead and send that through. This is a great way to use kind of your little bits and pieces of foil that you might have left over. We don't want any of that precious foil to go to waste, right? Okay. All right, so I did run it through the Minc, and now let's see how it looks. Okay, so there is the rose gold right around those edges. And then we'll pull it off to reveal our little leopard butterfly dots and the red center and that little fun leopard body. And then I just kind of folded it up so that it had a little bit of dimension. You could even put like a little dimensional pop dot behind that if you like. And as I remove the foil, you can see that it just transferred on that cute edge. All right, now, I'm not quite done with these butterflies because I think they're so cute. And I also thought it would be fun. If you look closely on this one, you can see that I've added a little bit of stamping on the wing of that and even just a little bit of inking on the edges. So I have this is one of my new stamps, and it's the Art Walk stamp collection set, whatever you want to call it. But it's these little pieces of texture. And the purpose really is to just add, it's for the zhuzhing, like I said. It's just to add a little bit of detail in little places because sometimes it's that little bit that just is the best. So I'm just going to stamp a little bit of this right onto the wing of this butterfly. Just like that. And I might even just add a little up here since these guys are cousins, you know. All right, so yeah, just a little bit of texture. And then I'm even going to just kind of use my ink pad to kind of define those edges a little bit better. All right, there's lots of ways to attach these butterflies to your page. And because I wanted the little wings to pop up just a little bit, I actually used a long arm stapler, or you could use that Anywhere stapler from We Are Memory Keepers. And I just kind of folded the wings up a little bit like this, and then used a staple just right there in the center of the wings. So, such a fun and easy way to really transform regular paper into a spectacular embellishment. Hey, thanks for watching. If you like this video and you want to see more from Scrapbook.com, please like, share, subscribe, and leave a message. Happiness is life handmade.